Hello there, and welcome to the Ego James podcast. Now we're at episodes 26, and I'm over here pluricizing some of the words that I'm saying because I just got off a binge of watching Cobra Kai, and you know what? I consider myself an ego fang at this point. Actually, Miyagi fang. You know, I'm just going out there. That show just tells me that nobody can really resolve any issues in their life, and it is a perfect example of you can't do that in real life. You know, as much as that show kind of breaks the fourth wall a lot with its. I swear to God, they just mentioned Mr. Miyagi. Actually, Daniel has his head up Mr. Miyagi's ass. Like, dude, I get it. He was a great man, but even Mr. Miyagi would be like, dude, pull it. Just, you know, as a friend of mine used to say, you know, grab yourself firmly by the shoulders and pull your head out of your own ass. But this guy needs to pull his head out of Miyagi's ass. And, yeah, that's what I did. I was going to actually film an episode over at my dad's house and do it in the living room. But what ended up happening was I didn't have a monitor to use my Mac Mini over there. And I actually went to like 3 or 4 stores. Like I went to Target and that was a fail. Actually, it was not a fail because I ended up finding an SD card reader for my Mac Mini. And you know what's the funny thing? That the Mac Mini doesn't come with an SD card reader. That really royally pisses me off. And I think overall, with that being said, yeah, I think these stores are just becoming more obsolete as the days go by. And you know, I'm not one to shop on Amazon, but I'm starting to get tempted to shop on Amazon because I can't find what I need at any of these stores. Granted, I didn't go to Walmart. Couldn't find a Walmart close to me. That's strange that I couldn't find any Walmart next to me. And you know, oh, that pisses me off that I couldn't accomplish what I wanted to do earlier in the day. I should have been a little bit more, I guess, prepared, proactive. You know, that's on me. I get that some of those elements are my fault, but the other external elements to where I'm like, you know what, I'm trying to make this podcast mobile and I can take it over to different guest house or you know, just make it to where I can record this on the go. Because I just feel sometimes I get a little locked up and cooped up in this room, and I do like a change of scenery, you know. And that's why the name of this episode is Take It All In. And you know, I was gonna go the route because I was gonna go the route of making a whole entire rant based on people fucking texting me. No, I was gonna go on an entire rant on CNN, but I think I've done that several times, and yeah, I'm gonna kind of dial it back a little bit, let them fade into obscurity, and you know, nobody really truly watches the news, nobody really reads news articles, anyways. Anyway, you know, they read you know, what would it be, the title, you know, they read headlines, and that's about it. It's like, can you believe this? What this person said? Can you believe that? It's like, did you go in depth on it? No, not really. Oh, okay. So you don't know what they truly said. I gotta find a way to put on Not Disturb, and I like how they have it in the little widget bar now. You can do a Do Not Disturb, but it also calls it the focus button. Focus throughout your day. You know, don't let the distractions get you. You know, that's why I turned off my notifications for Instagram. Even though my shit is dry as hell, I also don't like getting notifications on people going live. Even though I'm one of those people who used to go live on a daily until I got banned. And yeah, you know, there we go, you know. Does it say that I hate myself? You know, maybe me ironically turning the tables on everybody else, and, you know, it's just a reflection of myself in certain aspects, you know. Maybe it's a form of what is this? Someone put adhesive in here. What is this? Adhesive? No, it's an ant and roach killer. I know I didn't put this in here. Is there ants and roaches in this room? I don't think so. I keep this room pretty tidy and clean. Oh, okay. We'll get to that when we reach down there, you know. But for the news, I come bearing bad news like 4 days late of Bob Saget, sadly passing away. They don't know why or how he did. I could look it up right now because it's been 4 days. So that's what I will do and see if they found out why Bob Saget died, how he died, what happened. I didn't bring any water. I should have brought some water. It's all in my car too. I have a bunch of water bottles. I paid $6.99 for Aquafina bottles. Man, never buy shit from the gas station. I do not try to buy things from Walgreens, CVS, or the gas station because that's at least like $2 more when you're buying the shit. So, don't. That's my financial tips for the day. Do not buy shit from convenience stores if it's in other stores conveniently. All right, here we go. Oh, CNN with the top results, fucking search results. Oh God, I fucking hate CNN with a passion. I've hated them for the last 2 years. You know what? Probably even before that. But I wasn't so much on the train of Mr. Orange Madman, and it's like, to me, politics is politics, and politics is fucking stupid. You follow it to a certain extent. You make sure you're in the know and all this shit, but then when you have a certain opinion or you learned a certain fact about another politician, the other politician happens to have other dirt, and other person has another fact about that politician, and you're just in a back and forth thing. Like, does it fucking solve anything? I don't think it does. You arguing and quote unquote debating with somebody, the debates when it comes to politics are like probably some of the biggest time wasters. It's like, we're having a civilized, no, you're not. No, you're fucking lying to yourself and you're lying to the other person. You're there to say, I'm right, you're wrong. Oh, he was found dead in Orlando. Fuck. Man, that fucking sucks. R.I.P. to America's dad, Mr. Danny Tanner, and he was the guy who was like, you ever suck dick for Coke and Half Baked? That's how I remember him. Is those... Oh, yeah, and AFVs, or, yeah, America's Funniest Home Videos. That was like top tier television right there. If you want to say anybody who was bringing top tier television in the 90s era, it's Bob Saget. And then you watch his stand up and you're like, oh God, this man's dirty, little raunchy. I feel like there were so many people who got caught off guard off like that. It's like, oh, Bob Saget, that guy's hilarious, or he's like, oh, this guy's a fucking priss and all this other shit. And I watch Full House. He's a little, And then they watch that and like probably die laughing. But now, wow, don't need to know about those records. Those records are not hidden. I'm looking for what caused it. I'm on TMZ, for God's sakes. Oh God, let me run away. I'm not a reputable source myself. I'm a guy with a podcast. I'm a guy who makes hip hop music. I'm a guy who just does his own thing. You question yourself all the time, especially in the car. If I'm alone on this, questioning myself in the car and how my lifestyle is, and having those intrusive cringe thoughts. You know the ones to where you're thinking about the past and it's like, oh, I did say something stupid like that. Or, oh God, what was I? One of the biggest things I feel guilty about as a kid is I remember one day I was coming, or I was going to the salon to get a haircut. But I remember waking up cranky, and I still to this day feel bad about that. Because I remember I wasn't mad. I was just cranky that I woke up. And I still feel guilty about that, And I did get reprimanded for it, But that's probably one of those thoughts you have, like when you gain consciousness as a kid. Like you remember, like, oh shit. That's the feeling you have. Those are the first memories. So when someone wakes up cranky, that's what I always get reminded. I get reminded of one of my first early childhood memories. And I could have swore, I remember one of my very first ones is when I was playing with scissors and I ended up cutting this little part of my finger, the in between the middle finger and the index finger. I remember cutting that, like just wanting to nip at it. I can't remember if I had like dead skin and I cut a little too far. And I'll tell you what, I was freaking out. Oh man, I woke up my mom. She was behind me on the couch. Like, why would you cut yourself with a fucking scissors? Well, I was cutting paper. I was trying to cut something off. Maybe it was a wart. I don't remember ever having warts, but I was probably trying to cut off a wart. I don't think it was though. I can remember specifics, but memories are hard to trust. And never trust your memories because they're over romanticized. That's my advice to you, the people who are listening to this. I tried finding out with Bob Saget how he died, but that doesn't matter at this point. Or 5 days later, the guy lived a nice life. I'm assuming. I don't know him. I'm only just reiterating some stuff that, everybody knows. It hits right in the childhood. Do you ever get hit in the childhood and it hurts? God. Speaking of which, hits in the childhood memes. I want to look up that type of stuff. Hurts in the childhood. Look it up. Hurts in the childhood. Childhood memes. Oh, if I could fucking type. This is why I don't get desk jobs. I can't type for shit. All right, so we're going to look through images, and we're going to go through... Oh, okay. Bam. Some relatable stuff right here. Childhood injuries. Fell off my bike. Ouch. With the little Caillou. And fell out of a tree. I was never one to climb trees. I was never that agile. Well, I could climb some trees, but some trees... I don't get how some people were climbing those trees. That shit was like... That was too steep. But I do have sort of monkey toes. But I never, you don't go outside barefoot. I don't care who you are. Adult injuries. Slept wrong, sat down too long, sneezed too hard. I've never had the sneeze too hard one, but I've had the sat down too long. As you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. And where I feel the most pain is somewhere in the lower back and in the hips. And I'm gonna tell you right now, sciatic nerve pain makes it feel like how I would assume being paralyzed feels like. Someone just like shooting you in the back of the spine, just like, fuck, That's how I imagine that. Because I remember having like really bad cramps. It was at work, and I remember twisting wrong to put on a machine to like the conveyor belt and going like this and went, oh fuck, and I just froze in place and I didn't want to move. And I just felt like I guess I can't even say it was a vertebrae, but that's where it feels like the trigger point of it is. But it's actually somewhere around that lower fascia of the back that a lot of us actually forget to stretch and, ignore. Just because we have sedentary lifestyles of just sitting down, get on the desk, and what are you doing today? Well, I'm filling out emails. A lot of us have jobs where we're filling out emails. And then a lot of us have jobs to where we're doing a lot of repetitive motion, going back and forth. And on top of that, compounded with that bullshit is we have terrible diets. Back and forth. Well, I eat a salad every once in a while. Oh, yeah. Shut the fuck up. Nobody asked. You still feeling pain. What's another one? Oh... was Brad Pitt. I've never seen it. It's funny when you go to the images in Google and you find these memes that people have made from movies or just really obscure ones. You're used to seeing the ones that everybody posted on Facebook. Like that was the viral one. And then they have like versions of that one if you dig deeper on Google. Yeah. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, man. Hurts in the childhood. God. I'm still irritated that I couldn't find a lot of the pieces at Target. Target to me was like, this is Walmart, but with a little bit of class on top. And due to the whole worker shortages, I'm bumping into people at Target and like, where the fuck is everybody? Where is anybody on the floor? This guy's trying to get like appraisal or like price checks for R2D2, like a Lego R2D2. He's yelling at me. It's like, where is everybody? Anybody out on the floor? I'm like, I'm just because I'm wearing this. I'm wearing red. The guy thought I worked there. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm over here. I'm having the same struggles you are, but on a different level of like, I'm trying to find the product. Okay, it doesn't matter if anybody's gonna be here. They're gonna look at me like I'm stupid. Like one of the worst instances is when you're at a Walmart or a Target or any of those places, and you ask them for like an item specific, and you seem like you know what the fuck you're talking about, but then somebody who has no clue or inkling of what the hell you're even trying to describe to them, like they do the scratch in the head, the little scratch of the belly. That's the only time you see somebody so coordinated is when they're scratching their head in the belly. That's actually weirder that I could do that right now. Yeah. Oh no. Well, I kind of. Yeah, you see someone scratching their head, scratching the belly. So you want a USB drive next to lightning cable? Like, no, I'm looking for a 6-foot HDMI cable. So, yeah, let me take you to an area that might have it. So you walk over there, walk on down, and then the guy gives you something that's similar to it, but it's not exactly what it is. And the biggest culprit of that is, and it's none of the 3 stores that I just mentioned, it's probably Guitar Center. And that is the fucking worst. Especially when they try to prove you wrong on something. They always have to. It's like, yeah, that's an interface, not exactly a control board. No. If you want to use a patch bay and you want to buy some shit that you truly can't fit into your home studio, yeah, there's like, out of like, there's always got to be one at Guitar Center. Like anytime you go to a Guitar Center, you're gonna have that one fucking idiot who comes up to you, no matter what. And I've applied for that place. I applied for that place like, when did I? Like January 2020. So 2 years ago, I applied for that place. Just to be like, let me work at this place. I know what I'm talking about. I bought plenty of products. But then they ask you questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And, in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't know if I see myself at this place in 5 years. To me, I'm always, I guess I have a 2-year run with a lot of jobs. There's a lot of jobs I've kept for longer, but, the 2-year run where you're kind of like, am I growing here? Am I going to do something? So I ended up saying something fucking stupid, which, that had nothing to do with the job. And they were just kind of like, yeah, this kid's got dreams. But, yeah. And I think overall, it was completely dog shit performance. Dog shit interview. Because based off that one question. I guess I'm not used to answering that question more pessimistically. I just think, I answered that question with like optimism, like, oh, I plan to have, certain aspects in my career a little bit more figured out. Oh, so you don't see yourself on a sales floor for the next 5 years. Go fuck yourself, all right? We hate you. I don't know. Maybe they found somebody else. And the person they found who fucking doesn't shower and couldn't help me with any of the shit I needed, That's where I get pissed off, You could have helped me. It could have at least helped me find some shit. Like, I remember when I was looking for a desk, exactly like this nice desk I bought here. A nice 2-tier, got the screen up top, got the keyboard down below, and probably wish it was a little bit longer to fit the speakers on, but now I got IKEA tables holding the speakers, and that's another issue for another time where I got to fix that shit. But yeah, so I go in there, and I'm asking the guy, he's just like, I go, and it's like, hey, so do you guys sell desks? No, bro. No, brother, we don't sell desk inside the store. We tell the people online is no inventory. But there's like one for a display. And in the other stores, they let you. Well, like one of the locations said, like, oh, and this is the one jack off who wanted to be lazy. And he's like, no, brother. No other stores, no Guitar Center sells the desk board here in the store. We do not, brother. Being a condescending prick that he is. What did I end up doing? I went to the other location. And guess what? They sold desk. Desk that was kind of faulty, not gonna lie. That desk kind of sucks on some ends. I was expecting it to be like the desk I have now. But this one had to be a little fancy with, I wouldn't say the tiers. The tiers had to have these plastic pieces that really didn't support the machine or support the other tier. But they were just kind of for show. Didn't really need them. And then the wheels would lock. And then on top of it, there was just a wobble. Like unnecessary wobble to it because of the wheels. You know, you're fucking transferred around and then shit breaks off. So I don't ever recommend buying certain desks from Guitar Center. I would more recommend you go through Sam Ash. As much as I had a love-hate with that place. Because when I was 16 buying my first interface for my little home studio, yeah. The guy laughed at me for trying to rap over a USB mic. And at the time, it's like you don't know or the science behind sound cards inside of the processor of the computer. So I was always wondering why it would cut off or it wouldn't handle certain loud noises, or like you had to put a compressor on it. I don't know. It was beyond me. I was completely irritated. I was I will say like that was one of the lowest parts of my morale is when I found out like USB mics were completely trash for when you're trying to do, I guess, audio recording. Especially when you're doing songs. I remember trying to rap over this beat for like the longest, and I was like, okay, maybe I just got to be louder. Maybe I just got to scream it. So I ended up just pissing off everybody in the house. And I was like, why doesn't this ever show up louder? I'm like, at least now it sounds good. But no, you had to put some plugins and some other shit. Like, yeah, I was so completely lost when I was 16. Like, when it came to shit in life, and you know what's funny? I was actually, I can't, everybody says they're in the healthiest shape is when they're 16, but I will say that aspect of my life to where I was like, I was working out, healthy diet, healthy family relationship. But when it came to like doing any of the creative shit I do now, I had no clue what I was doing. And I thought I had it all, like headphones, a microphone, and some lyrics. And I got this. I got it completely down. How wrong was I? I was very wrong. Yeah. And that's the stuff that came up. That's the stuff that came back to me when I was in my car. And I was like, damn, how haughty and fucking Mr. Know-It-All I was back then, And at times I catch myself getting into that little rift with myself, And then it really stifles me from learning. You just gotta find that nice medium. The confidence and I guess more the assertion to go with the confidence. But right now I need to put some of this in my nose. This nasal saline spray. After I was sick, just like everybody else, everybody got sick this week. Oh my God. Everybody I know was like, oh man, I tested positive. Oh man, I was fuck. It's like I didn't know what I was gonna do. You're vaccinated. What the fuck are you? What are you scared of? Ugh. That's what blew my mind. Everybody was just. Actually, a lot of people I know were not necessarily scared. They were actually putting a lot of faith into their shots. Now that they had it, it's like, well, yeah, I knew this was going to happen. I'm glad it happened. Arya, I don't like to be sick in general. Being sick just fucking sucks. It impedes on the creativity. We can all be like Kanye and rap through the wire, though. You have to envelop your inner beast to be like, I gotta get through this. I'm gonna break through the stride. I got this. I'm trying now. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find my footing, my new path, and my new homes, social media wise. Because now that I'm at @EgoJames_NTP, rolls a little bit more off the tongue, better than the Ego James, But yeah, I'm glad I found a segue to get into that. We have to find a new home because Instagram really entirely banned me from my other account, even though everybody's getting hacked left and right. Like, I have people messaging me on Instagram, give me your number. And I talked about that earlier on the other podcast. It's creepy. I'm like, this could be something they would say. But at the same time, I'm like, they asked me to do this for, this is something you ask people who are like really close to you. Like, for instance, when you're trying to gain security codes to your Google and people are going around, you have for instance, like, you ever gone through a security check through Google? It's like going through the airport. But it's like, I need a phone to access my security, to give me the code, to give me the SMS, and da-da-da-da-da. And the guy's asking me through like Instagram Messenger. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Like, you don't have anybody next to you who knows your number or remotely gets how not social media, but gets how like security works. So I didn't go for it. And then on top of it, I got somebody else asking for my Cash App. And I'm like, you want to give me money? The best way you can give me money is if you want to PayPal me, or you can Cash App me, but I'd rather get a Cash App in person. Or if you, give me more verification, don't give me this whole like crypto. I'm trying to give you $10,000 if you give me $300. I'm like, huh? What? But apparently, it's a thing. Right now, that's why crypto's dangerous, and people don't believe me. It's like, that's so the government doesn't control you. Bull fucking shit. I believe that for like 2 seconds. It's like, yeah, no centralized money. I'm like, somebody's got their pot in it, okay? That's like saying nobody controls the internet. Somebody controls the internet. Somebody always does. Whether it's a human or it's the AI, whether it's my strange theory that AI already took over and we're just here, living the cycle of whatever algorithm gets put in our face. It's like, it's the woke community. I don't know. The woke community is pretty fucking stupid. I don't think they're this smart. I honestly think it's AI fucking with us. Yeah. That's like saying like the like conservative right is controlling shit too. Like either one, like back in the day where they were, more in power, I guess in the Bush era. But even then, I think people are too dumb. And we've created the monster that is AI. And that's where I meet a crossroads with a lot of people. But they won't believe me. I'm just a crazy, crazy guy. No, that can't be possible. We don't have the technology. No. We have the technology. We've had the technology for so long. Who's to say that a lot of the history books we were given have any truth to them? Like, there was people who were there, but now that I see in this day and age that nobody knows what the hell they're talking about, like, how does this information get passed along? The book, this book, that guy, from this guy to that guy, playing hot air telephone. What's Peter do? Yeah. I'm sorry if I sound a little on the congested side. I thought this saline nasal spray would help, but I got to do it standing up. Now I just got fluid in my freaking nose. Oh, get Buximo. And I will say, speaking of that guy, I'm just glad to even have 21 subscribers on my DJ Micro size. So, if you're one of those subscribers, I really appreciate the love. And where we go from here and where we really expand on this year, the sky's the limit. I have a lot of positive affirmations coming, I think so. After the debacle of the last 2 years, I feel like the debacle of the last 3 years of just, one after another trickle effect of something stupid happening. But this year has to bring something similar of that fact. Every year has something stupid to bring with it. Let's just not let it be a cascading effect again. That's all it is, Let's write in our journals. Let's be honest with ourselves and give ourselves that break that we needed, to push forward. Because you're done taking a break, there's no more time resting. Resting is for that varies person to person. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you how to, rest on your day and not rest on this day. I have no clue what you do in your life. So, yeah, that's my little perspective on that. That's my little joint that I throw in there. What's next on this topic? Segue. Oh yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's what I wanted to see. Who in this day and age truly fills out a boyfriend-girlfriend application? And I'll tell you right now, if anybody really, really wants to find love and happiness, I say you find it in a friend first. I think that's where I'm at, is finding love in a friend first. Because finding love in a romantic sense, I feel is a lot easier than finding love in a friendship way. If you catch my drift. Like in the sense of when we have that romantic drive, it's that little chemical release. It's like I got it in. I feel good for that temporary moment. But if you make love through a friend first, and then you break that into it, I feel like you deal with all the bullshit with that person first and see how they pretty much react to the harder situations. Especially if you're looking to get into a serious relationship. I don't know. I feel like I had to throw out that olive branch just once. But we're gonna end off on that note, and that's just us taking it all in. I'm Ego James with the Ego James podcast. Let's keep saying my name until it gets embedded into your brain. Bars, bro. He's got bars. So send in your stories to the Ego James podcast at gmail.com, suggestions, or if you want to be a guest on the show, we can do it remotely, or I can come to you and we'll record in your little area or space, no matter how bad acoustically it is, because we have these condenser microphones where it's the proximity effect, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm signing off. And I hope you enjoyed all the olive branches I've given you and all the olive branches you will give me in the future, because I collect them all and I will show love in this great battle we call. Do we call it love? Oh, yeah. Love is the battlefield. That's right. Pat Benatar, you know me so well. I shall see you on the other side.